Hi there everyone, welcome back for another Miss Ink Stamps video. This is Cassie. Today we're going to be making a fun birthday card. Let's talk about what we're using first. I've got the Punny Farm frame die set. I'm using this for the letters. These are just kind of staple dies in my opinion. So we're going to come up with our own sentiments. Then I also have this older but really great stencil set called the Artsy Abstracts. There are 4 stencils in there, and then you have a bunch of masks. This is a fabulous one. We'll talk about it a little bit more when we get to it. And then we're going to be using this brand new stamp set. This is called Whodunnit. It's got a lot of great characters on it, 4 of them, and there are sentiments that go for each one of those characters in this Whodunnit series. But we're going to use just a couple of the sentiments because there are so many great sentiments on here. But yeah, so this is perfect. This set is perfect for those people who like the Whodunnits because it's called Whodunnit, and I'm sure many of you know who those characters are. So we've got that. And then I did bring in a color cube card, and so that was very inspiring to me. So we're going to use this color combination, and we're going to use various mediums to do it. I've got my cardstock there. We've got some Distress Oxide inks. We also have some Lunar pastes, and we've got some sprays. So let's go ahead and get started on our background. I've got this cardstock that measures 4 1/4 by 5.5 inches, so it's the full front of an A2 size card. I'm going to pull out this stencil from that Artsy Abstracts. Like I said, there are 4 stencils in here, and we will use almost all of them. I'm going to tack that down with my magnets to my glass mat, and then we're going to use some mint tape just to mask off parts of that because I don't trust myself not to get that color in some of those other areas. And we're going to bring in some chipped Sapphire Distress Oxide. Now, I chose Distress Oxides over just regular Distress inks because the Distress Oxides will sit on the paper and not absorb into it like the Distress inks will. And so they give that beautiful color, and it kind of looks a little bit chalky, which is really pretty. And then it just sits on top of the color, or the cardstock, so you don't have to worry about it kind of blending in too much. So I'll pull my stencil away and take a look. That looks pretty good. So we're going to clean up our mess, and we're going to move that same stencil around, and we're going to grab in that dried Marigold Distress Oxide. So now when I planned out this background, I'm kind of flying by the seat of my pants here, which is how I usually do just about anything in this craft room. But I did have to do a little bit of planning. And so when I want to do a mixed media background, sometimes you have to plan. Like for this case, I'm using the inks first. I'm going to move on to using Lunar paste here in a second, but those are going to sit on top as well. But they do have a little bit of a raised bit to them, and you'll see that here when we move on to them. And so you kind of have to be a little bit careful, especially when you're overlapping your stencils. So now I'm bringing in that second stencil. This has some smaller little blobs to it. And I'm just kind of playing around with how I want those to go. Like I said, flying by the seat of my pants, wasn't 100% sure how I wanted this background to look. But we're going to use some Love Struck Lunar paste. I love these. These are so pretty. They're so many different colors, and I've had all of them since they came out. Well, I think there's a couple I don't have, but I have most of them. And they don't dry out, at least. And they've been out for a number of years, I think, and I haven't had any issue with anything drying out, and they're so pretty. And I use them quite a bit, actually, and haven't had any issues with any of them drying up, or, I haven't even used them all up yet either, so. All right, now that isn't dry yet. It does take a bit for these Lunar pastes to dry, so I'm trying to be very cognizant of where I put my stencil. I don't want it to touch where I've already got some Lunar paste down because then I'll just smudge it. And so I'm also trying to be a little bit careful. I'm trying not to go too thick here. I do want this to dry in a certain amount of time, but so we've done a little bit more. Now we're going to move on to that third stencil. This one is so cool. It's got so many different like doodles to it. And once again, trying to be cognizant of where I put that stencil so that it doesn't overlap what I've already got as far as Lunar pastes go. And so next color I'm going to use is called Shady. It's a very pretty dark gray. I thought that would look really nice on this lighter gray, and again match that color cube quite a bit, so I thought that was great. But as you can see, there are some really great doodles on this abstract or Artsy Abstracts stencil. So we're just going to use a palette knife and spread that across there. and then try to carefully peel that away without smudging anything. And surprise, surprise, I was able to do it. No one's more surprised than me. I take a lot of risks in here, I'm telling you. All right, then we're going to move it around and we're going to pick another one. Now, again, that Love Struck is not dry. So as you can see, I am holding that stencil, and then I thought better of I should probably at least cover this up and maybe use a magnet to hold part of it down. But I'm going to be very careful. Spread that across that part of the stencil, and then we will peel everything away. And I was able to do it without smudging anything. I am shocked. All right, so I did walk away for a little bit. I got a FaceTime call, and so I wanted to show you the other part of that abstract stencil. So that's the fourth one. We're not going to use it, but everything is now dry because I did walk away for a little bit. And now I'm using some Dina Wakley black acrylic gloss spray. So this isn't going to soak into the paper either. It is more of an acrylic paint, and it's going to sit on top. And so I'm going to dry that. It's also going to give a little bit of texture. So not only will your Lunar paste have some texture, but these acrylic gloss sprays will also. And I'm going to bring in the white one also. We're going to splatter a little bit of that. I don't want too much. In fact, I kind of wish I hadn't done it at all, but it's not that it looks bad. I just sort of wish I hadn't done the white. Bringing in that Punny Farm frame die, I did die cut out 1H, 3 M's, and 3 little dots. I'm not going to use all 3 of the M's. I just at that point wasn't 100% sure how many I wanted. I think oops would have been another really great word to use, especially once you see what sentiment I chose. It says, I knew there was something I was forgetting. And so oops would have been great, but I use in front of it. And then we're going to stamp happy birthday on the inside. Once again, that comes from that Whodunnit stamp set. Now we're going to cut down our sentiment. This is going to go on the front of the card. Just using our guillotine trimmer. And then everything's nice and dry here, and I do decide to trim down my panel. I want this to be 4 inches by 5 1/4, so I'm going to trim down just enough on the sides that I need it to be that much. That's going to leave a nice white border around the outside edge when we make this card. So I'll go ahead and glue that down to the front of the card base using my liquid glue. And then once that's down, we're going to place our sentiments. I'm not going to use any foam tape. You probably could do that, but I guess I just chose not to. We're playing around with placement right now. Going to see how many of those M's I really want. And in the end, I just decide on 2. So we'll use liquid glue to adhere down our sentiment. Trying to make that as straight as possible, so please pardon my head. And then we'll use our reverse tweezers to tack down the letters. But I love it when I can use a stamp set for other things, maybe not just like this was a Whodunnit murder type stamp set. So I love using stamps for different things as well. And then that Artsy abstract is, I think, perfect in just about all the occasions. So I haven't used it quite enough in my opinion, but I really, really like it. Definitely will have to pull it out a whole lot more because, like I said, it's good for all kinds of occasions. And now that all the ellipses are down on there, that's going to finish off our card for today. And I really hope you like it. If you do, please hit that like button. Definitely consider subscribing if you haven't already done so. And huge thanks for those of you that stuck around and watched the video, used my affiliate links. All those things really do help me to keep producing videos, and I do appreciate you. So thanks, and I will see you very soon in another video. Bye, everybody.